Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Strain, and well, I have a few things I want to say. Some of them being okay. That is fine. Sorry, I was checking audio. First thing, like I say, is welcome back to Doki Doki Blue Skies. Second thing is I've recorded this twice now. To explain, the first time I recorded it, and where's my mouse? There it is. First time I recorded it, I decided to make a poem for Yuri, and I went through that whole thing. But I'm like, I've already done a Yuri path. I thought we'll mix it up and go Sayori. Well, I recorded that, and halfway through, my power went out. But not just my power, the entire power in my county. Not just town, my county went out. And rather than risk my battery dying and losing footage, I decided just start over. And, well, this is me coming back for round 3. So the goal is to try and get Sayori to be with us. I've already seen the Yuri kind of CG, and I've seen the Sayori one and the Natsuki one. But you guys haven't seen the Sayori one, so we're going to see that now. Damn it. Childhood? Sucks. Damn it, I figured. I will say, I actually, will say, I have these stickers, not actual stickers, but I have these, like, chibis, as a background on my, phone. They're just basically vertical, and they're little stickers, and they're really, really cute, and I fucking love them. Ah, fudge. Fudge. Yeah, but so some of these, as you'll see here with the auto button, I could just, or the skip button rather, I could just skip them. I don't want to do that, so we're just gonna put on auto, and I'm gonna try and read along here with auto. Fancy meeting you here. Aha, yeah, what a coincidence, huh? Seriously speaking though, I'm happy to see you back here. Turn off auto for a second. I want to turn up the auto forward time. Just a bit. Seriously though, happy to see you back here. Oop, I almost took skip. I would have been disappointed if you ran away on us. Hey, I enjoyed myself last time, so why wouldn't I come back? Sure enough. Feel free to make yourself at home before we start on our club activities. Thanks, will do. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Sayori and I were the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh, Ryan, I'm glad to see you here again. Also, I sound very, very bored. It's because I've already done this, obviously. But I'm also going to be trying to respond to text as well, so forgive me. Also, I need to take off my sweatshirt because we went for a little ride while our power was out, so give me a moment. There we go. I also have Milky Way. So I'm going to be munching on those. Nibbling, rather. Huh. Who knew something exclusive would work so much thanks? First Monica, now Yuri. And though they might be overwhelming to be thrown into a new hobby or something, much less an organization centered around that hobby. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to eat after the recording. So don't hesitate to let me know if you ever need any help. Or any other club member for that matter. That is to say, feel free to ask any one of us for assistance. Right. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Don't worry though, it's not like I've read anything before. I even remembered to write a poem for today, if you'll believe it. We'll believe it when we see it. Hey, it's not like I have to have a university degree to write a poem. It's like just another school assignment, although it might be a little new to me. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to write a bad poem, you mean? She's got me there. And that's why I never said I wrote a good poem. Mitsuki smirks at me, seemingly pleased that I'm not offended by her teasing. Well, good is often subjective when it comes to subjects like these. I'm sure you did fine. Well, thanks to the vote of confidence. Try not to overhype my work, though. Yeah, Yuri, if you keep expectations low, you'll never be disappointed. Besides, I bet this is the first extracurricular Ryan's done since high school started. So extra work is probably really foreign to him. Again, she's not wrong, but she doesn't have to say it like that. Natsuki, you're being unfairly harsh. Ryan, what would you say your main hobbies are? Oh, she's really putting me on the spot here. I know I'm playing into your teasing right now, but yes, I spend a lot of my time playing games or watching anime. I mean, you're not wrong. That's a bit rich coming from someone who keeps their manga collection in the club room. What? Sorry, texting again. Natsuki flares to a halt. Looks like a certain someone knows how to dish it out, but can't take it. Manga is literature. So the defeated Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Ryan always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He's always been there when I need it. When we were kids, he'd always be around to help me with stuff. Oh, you two are childhood friends? I glanced at Sayori, despite her cheery recollection of her childhood memories just then. Yuri's question is a reminder that we haven't spent much time together in a long time. It's a tad awkward. Yeah, we've known each other for quite a while, haven't we? We smile at each other. I'm really hoping we can use the club to reconnect. Excuse me. Such a history with one another. I imagine you've shared much together. You could say that. Would you believe Sayori is still as clumsy now as she was 10 years ago? Hey, Meanie, that's not true. Oh, need I tell Yuri about the time you tried to cook lunch and almost set the house on fire? Her face turns pink and she rushes to interrupt me. Anyway, I'm sure you two could be just as good friends. After all both of you are in the literature club now. Yeah, haha, look forward to it. Yuri looks hopeful at hearing this, although I can't help but wonder. Given the maturity and intelligence she carries so elegantly, how her passion for reading is much stronger than my own. Will it be as easy as Sayori thinks it is? Still, it's worth a try at least. Yay! Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori! Eh? Me? It's not much really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. It's really nothing. Whatever it is, I'm sure I'll like it. What is it, Yuri? Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. I was gonna wait to give it to you at the appropriate time, but... I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. Now everyone is surprised. The two girls both look dolefully down. I just remembered I never did that. Hold on, let me do something real quick. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So this is still a pleasant surprise to me. There we go, fixed it. This is still a pleasant surprise to me. No, I do not want to quit. No, 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 no. My mouse drifted up toward the right side of the screen here, like right up here, because X button to close out the game's right here. And I can technically unwindow it, but I'm not going to do that. Just knowing that you went through the effort to get me something makes me feel really welcomed. No matter what, I'm sure it will make me happy. Is that so? Of course, thanks for being so considerate, Yuri. You're welcome. It was the least I could do. Anyway, if that's the case, here it is. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Isn't this a book from yesterday? Upon seeing the confused look on my face, she hastens to explain. I thought you might like it to have your own copy so that you could read it on your own as well. I honestly don't know what to say. How is it she's only known me for a day and she's already done something this thoughtful for me? Oh, Yuri, thank you. That's really thoughtful of you, but you didn't have to do that for me. I feel kind of bad. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that. I just, I understand if you don't want to read it with me anymore, so... Oh, she gets more adorable by the minute. Please, it's fine. I'd love to read it with you. I just wasn't expecting you to buy me a copy of my own. Are you sure? I don't want to force you. Seriously, Yuri, I'm sure. After all, I grin at her. It is a good book. She timidly returns to my smile, relaxing a bit. I'm glad you seem to think so. How are you liking it so far? She looks at me with wide, expectant eyes. She must be really worried that I'm not enjoying it as much as her. Ah, jeez, my chocolate fucking stuck to my bed. To be honest, I've been pleasantly surprised. While horror isn't really my thing, it really kept my attention. Even though I haven't gotten very far yet, I find myself feeling sorry for the protagonist. I'm just pretty, engaging? As I praised the poker face goes visibly more relieved, and her eyes lit up as I mentioned the language. I'm glad you think so. One not only needs to look at what it... Oh, fudge, I accidentally clicked. I was trying to fix my cord and I clicked. I'm glad you think so. One not only needs to look at what is being said, but how it's being phrased. It can entirely change the desired message, wouldn't you agree? I really doesn't let you go too far back. Oh boy, I hope we don't get into an in-depth discussion about language. I'm still nowhere near Yuri's level with this sort of thing. Oh, totally. I never really thought about it until you brought it up with me. You really made me look at it with a bit more security than I would normally. Or scrutiny. Scrutiny, I can't read. Really? I helped you with that? I have to admit, you really managed to open my eyes to this sort of thing. Or should I say my third eye? Yuri's silence makes me nervous. Did I make a mistake? You know, because the book mentioned the third eye, and there's on the cover, and... Oh, shut up. Ah, I see. Probably best not to comment on her accidental continuation of the pun. Tough crowd. Oh, I see you're making a joke. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. No worries, I just thought it was a good pun. She smiles bashfully. Yes, it is quite humorous, isn't it? Phew, I think that means everything is okay now. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off the scheduled activities for the club, like the poetry thing. I've already steeled myself for the critique I'll probably be receiving, but it seems we have some downtime before then. Oh well, looks like I won't be able to just immediately get it over with. What are the others doing right now? Sarah and Monica having a cheery conversation in the corner, probably discussing club matters, given that they're the president and vice president. As expected, Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. A few huffs of annoyance sound from her direction every once in a while. Now, right at that transition, which I will say so far, what I noticed... two things happened. One, when I did a poem for Yuri, originally in the first recording. This next thing would be you're like paying attention to Yuri and looking at her book and saying that, oh yeah, she saw that that you noticed that, hey, she started from the beginning, but now we did Sayori route and this is what happens. Everyone seems to be doing their own thing today. Natsuki is rummaging around in the cupboard and Yuri is sitting by herself, silently engrossed in her book. Meanwhile, Monica and Sayori seem to be talking animatedly about something. I'm not really in the mood to read anything. I slump down into the nearest desk. Closing my eyes, I end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. Problem with Literature Club is it just doesn't sound particularly exciting. Plus, people probably have their own preconceptions about what the club will be like. I'm a bit worried that they might assume we're all pretentious and haughty. Yeah, it's a real shame that people can't look past their assumptions. Still, I'm confident we can come up with something. We just can't give up. This festival is a real chance to show everyone what literature is all about. After all, we have such variety here. Everyone's poems and writing styles are all so different. Natsuki loves manga, and Yuri's really into horror. There should be something here for everyone, you know? Agreed. I'm glad everyone has such different tastes. It really helps bring the club to life. That's exactly what we want everyone else to see. We just need to find a way of showing how fun literature can be. Sometimes it really stands out and appeals to their creative sides. That doesn't solve the problem, though. Huh? What do you mean? Well, even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, I don't think people will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So, I think it's more important to figure out how to get people interested in the first place, right? And then once they're here, we can do whatever to appeal to their creative sides. Huh. This is a side... This is a side I haven't seen before. She's really taking this seriously and giving it a lot of thought. Excellent point, Sayori. Where would I be without my vice president? Okay, do you think food will get the job done? I expect to hear Sayori's face light up, even though I have my eyes closed. Food? What kind? You like that idea, huh? Aha, I was thinking. Cupcakes! Natsuki would love that. Good thinking. Her cupcakes are so good. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcake, speak to my creative tummy. Seriously, they really helped me write. Okay, cupcakes will do fine. Okay. All this talk about food has made me hungry. Anyway, don't forget we still have to sort out the details of the festival itself. I tune out the rest of this conversation as tiredness takes a stronger hold on me. Sayori is still her usual self, bubbly and goofy. I guess some people never change. It brings a smile to my face. Though I was surprised to see her so get dedicated. I always remembered her as the kind person who just improvises things. Kinda like me, actually. Ah! I didn't expect to see Sayori's face, taking up my vision when I opened my eyes. I nearly fell out of my chair. Wake up, sleepyhead! Gee, sorry, you scared me. Sorry. Hang on, I'm not sorry at all. Why are you napping? This is the literature club, not the napping club. Wait, our school is a napping club? Hey, don't try and change the subject, mister. The others won't like it if they catch you sleeping, you know. I don't want you getting in trouble. Ah, Sayori, you've not changed one bit. Huh? You always used to look out for me. Back when we used to hang out. I remember that. Do you remember the time we went on a bike ride to that park? It feels like such a long time ago. Yeah, I think I do actually. It was in summer. You're talking about the time I fell off my bike and hurt my knee, right? Yeah, that one. You were in a lot of pain, but you were trying to act like it was no big deal. It was so silly. I had to go get a band-aid. That memory makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. The fact that I could tell straight away which memory she was talking about makes me wonder if it was like a bond or something. Good times, good times. By the way, did you notice you have a big toothpaste stain on your collar? No I don't. She nervously picked at the stain with her hands as I stand up and get a closer look at her. Wait a second, your collar's sticking up a bit. Your hair doesn't look brushed either. Were you in a rush this morning? Huh? I reach out and run my fingers down the messy part of her hair in a vain attempt to straighten it out. Her hair is really soft. It smells faintly of cinnamon. I'm probably making this worse. You really need a brush, Sayori. Where's my mouse? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Right in the closet. We'll leave it there. Nope, or not. Oh, where's it going? No, I don't. My hair is just naturally like this. Okay, maybe it isn't, but it's super hard to get right. I go over the hair and try to wipe off the stain with my fingers. Much like with her hair, I'm not having much luck. Come on, Sayori, you can't fool me. I know I've not seen much of you over the past few years, but I still know you. I could tell when you've been in a rush. People wouldn't even notice these things. They would, they just wouldn't say anything because they don't want to embarrass you. I give up the stain and step back, looking at her blazer. But luckily for you, I'm not bothered about that. Also, why don't you button up your blazer? She shrugs. It was too stuffy last time I tried it. So I start buttoning it up. Ah, yes, this CG. I love this one. I like all of them. I like these more close-up ones. You can, like, obviously you can, it's anime, but you can still kind of like see more detail. And obviously you see your hands. And I think in her third one, the one that you get towards the end of Act 1 in the main game, you also get the one of you. Like, you get the one shot. If I click, does it progress? Oh, okay, it doesn't. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was thinking about how weird it has friend. I can't English. I was thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. I freeze. Now that I think about it, this situation is a little suggestive. After all, my hands are very close to her chest. Come on, Ryan, get it together. You're just helping out our friend, that's all. Don't say that. There's something weird about this. If you say so. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Makes me feel that nothing has really changed between us. Don't you think? Yeah, I guess. Why is this one button so hard to close? Hey, be careful. This isn't possible. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. You know, if you actually buttoned it, you'd probably have realized sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. Wait, what's so funny? Don't you see? It means my boobs got bigger again. How on earth am I meant to reply to that? Oh, jeez, Sayori, don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look a bit better now. Seeing Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that is weird. It's so stuffy. I told you. He unbuttons it again. There goes all my hard work. Much better. Thank you for that, though. Even though I prefer the blazer unbuttoned, it was really thoughtful of you to do this for me. Even if you were a bit of a meanie. I do try, you know. I'm sorry. I just want what's best for you, that's all. Just try to give yourself a bit more time in the morning, okay? Only if you promise to stop napping in the club. I laughed. She got me there. It's a deal. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Oh, fuck. I can't wait to read yours. Don't expect too much, Sayori. By the way, you did remember to write a poem, right? Don't worry, I'm not that much of a slacker. I've got it right here in my bag. I rifle through some stray papers and pull out the page that I wrote my poem on. While I can't help but feel a little nervous, I have to admit that I'm excited now. Talking to these girls has really calmed my nerves. And now I'm just eager to share my poem. After all, judging by each girl's personality, I doubt that anyone would say anything nasty about it. Natsuki, I don't know if she'd be unduly harsh, though. She just seems the type of person who enjoys ribbing on her friends. Either way, I hope they realize that I put hard work into it. I figured that it'd only be fair to repay their warm welcome by showing effort in club activities. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaves torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a neat black composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. She's gonna put us all to shame. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. Sorry, I'm typing something important out. And we're gonna start off with Natsuki. So Natsuki was interested in our poems yesterday. Probably only fair I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? What I mean is that it's just kind of average. Doesn't really invoke any emotions. So it's kind of bland for your taste. Natsuki furrows eyebrows at me. My taste? What's that supposed to mean, huh? Oh, nothing. Well, anyway, I guess I'll show you my poem now. Not that you'll like it or anything. Sorry, I'm like listening to the music. I love this music. I think Natsuki's like play with me music is the cutest. Sometimes some folks are winners, some only lose, some are go-getters, some only cruise. Sometimes we try hard and we give it our all. Sometimes we give up. What else can we do? Told you you'd hate it. Actually, I like it. What? Don't just say it because say it's good because I'm a girl. Be honest. No, it has nothing to do with you being a girl. I generally like the poem. Really? Yeah, it's simple, but still pretty effective. Finally, someone who gets it! People in high school think poetry has to be so formal and vague. They don't realize that simple writing is just as effective, if not more. The reader shouldn't have to search for meaning. That's just stupid. Besides, the simpler the writing, the more emphasis on wordplay. Like how I made most of the lines start with some. Yeah, I noticed that. Made the last couplet seem more powerful. Yeah, yes, that's exactly what I was going for. Well, good job then. Ha, didn't expect that from the youngest of the club, did ya? Yeah, I guess not. Whom should I show my poem to next? Yuri. Yuri skims her poem with her eyes with a blank expression on her face. So how is it? Sorry, I suppose as far as poetry goes, this isn't bad, but I'm not immensely impressed by it. Ah! Yuri turns away shamefully. Didn't mean for it to sound so blunt. Don't worry about it. I didn't take it. I didn't take it that way. What makes you think that? Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passed is more than enough for her to finish reading. Is everything okay? Oh goodness, sorry. I know what I want to say, but I need to find the right words. I understand. Take your time. Okay, I think I know what I want to say. Do you have any prior writing experience? To be honest, not really. Is it that obvious? I don't mean to be rude, but I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. Yuri seems to be introverted. It must take her a long time to warm up to new people. Yuri seems to be incredibly introverted. It must take her a long time to warm up with new people. Sorry, I read something on Twitter that apparently I got added and it was important. Apparently everyone wants to contact me today. Everyone. I guess content plans do cause stuff like this. Don't worry about it. We all start somewhere, right? Oh, what were you saying? Right, I just noticed a few qualities consistent with newer writers that showed up in your poem. Perhaps what stands out the most is that you've tried very hard to make structure of this poem your own. And that's okay, but if this is the first poem you've written, it might be prudent to consider more traditional structures, couplets, sonnets, haiku, and the like. If you're not confident in your writing style, it'll show in your piece. It's like Yuri's a totally different person once she gets going. Oh, fuck. She sounds incredibly confident and stands tall, speaking clearly. Again, that's not your fault. I think that once you study poetic structures and techniques a bit more, you'll be able to put together a truly wonderful composition. I know we've been going for like a half hour already, and we've only gone to 2 of them. And then there's the whole argument sequence, which is longer than this. But it'll be about an hour, unfortunately, but if you haven't already seen it. I appreciate the feedback, Yuri. Sounds like you're well versed in this sort of thing. Would it be okay if I took a look at what you've written? In fact, I need to double check my schedule, so I'm gonna do that while I read the poem. Please let me know what you think. I'd be thrilled to explain my process. Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. Fun. Alright, just making sure. Because I was thinking, as we recording this, it is Sunday, and I'm thinking about streaming, and I want to see if I can stream on Tuesday. It'll probably be Modern Warfare or something. After all, is this supposed to be a literature club? Tumble. Hail falls down like discarded dust of overused emotions, dragging down blankets made of want. Slender string pierces my eyelids, barely painful, and pulls them shut. Ever so heavy, ever so heavy. I think I've misplaced something. Is there a piece missing? You need all the pieces to fix something. Please don't look for it. There are more important things for you to do today. I'm sorry if my writing's a bit illegible. Once my pen touches the page, I just want to get my thoughts down. It's fine, Yuri. I was able to read it just fine. I wasn't thinking that at all. Are you sure? It seemed to take you a while to read it. Well, I guess I don't see cursive often. I mean, I don't do it either. I don't typically write cursive other than when I'm signing stuff, and even then, it's just like if I could do it with the mouse, it's just like it's sort of just script, like do my first initial scribbly line, second initial scribbly line. That's kind of just how my cursive is. But it's really nice when I do. Your writing's actually quite pretty. Is that so? I'm glad you think so. Made your poem stand out even more as well. It's as though your handwriting fits your word choice, or vice versa. It wasn't too short, was it? I'm used to writing longer pieces, but since this is the first time we're sharing, I thought it would be easier to share. That makes sense. Do you mind telling me what it's about, though? I'm not sure I understand. Sorry, I didn't really mean to write something confusing. Oh, it's not that. I just want to be sure I'm reading it properly. I see. I suppose from a cursory glance it might not be obvious, but part of what makes poetry magical is how you can conjure up a vivid image with your words. Well, on the surface it might seem a bit out there. If you look a little bit deeper, you might be able to find deeper meaning hidden amongst the lines, compounded by the metaphors used. For example, the words and images in this poem aren't meant to be taken at face value. In actuality, it's supposed to represent the last remnants of something lost in the past, and the sense of plaintive longing that comes with it. Oh, there's my shit. Like, where's the rest of my shit here? I wanted to, like, kind of get comfy and lean back a bit. But also, I won't be able to see the recording, but who cares? I'm going to go until I get to the next poem section anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, that's pretty impressive when you put it that way. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Oh, jeez, Rick. Oh, jeez, Yuri. But thanks for the compliment. Hopefully during your time here, your understanding of poetry will grow and these things will come to you naturally. I'll do my best. Thank you for sharing with me, Yuri. Of course. Next, we gotta go with Sayori. Wow, Ryan. This is so good. Seriously, this is your first poem? Huh? Not that good. Jeez. Seriously, it is. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good poet. Sayori, you're overreacting a bit. It's really nothing special. Trust me, it is. How did you write it? Huh? What do you mean? Like, what did you think of while you wrote this? This is gonna sound a bit weird, but I thought of you? Using a brief look of disbelief, a faint blush on her cheeks. Me? Yeah, hey, not like in a weird way or anything. I just thought of words that reminded me of you and you went along with that. Kinda felt natural doing it that way, I guess. Well, if it works, it works. Looks like this club really is the best place for you. As much as I like her praise, it's not exactly helpful. No master of poetry. I kinda need to know how to get better. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Sayori. Good to know I'm not totally in over my head here. Haha. She looks at me for a moment, not saying anything. There's a few moments of an odd silence. Earth Sayori. She jumps slightly. Sorry. I'm just not used to seeing you around again, that's all. Have you in the club, writing poems. It's lovely, though. Just takes a little getting used to. Yeah, that's understandable. I'm a bit surprised myself, to be honest. But I'm enjoying it here so far. That's good to hear. Do you want to read my poem now? I'm not very good, though. Only one way to find out. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Well, what did you think? I hesitate as I answer. It's not that it was a bad poem, in fact. It's not that it was a bad poem. In fact, it was great. I'm just really inexperienced with poetry, especially feedback. It's really you. What's that supposed to mean? As in, the poem just really reminds me of you. It made me feel really good inside. Really? Yeah, I had no idea what to expect, as this is my first time reading your poetry. But the way this is written, I don't know, it feels really wholesome and cheery. Like you are. I also really like the last line. Trust you of all people to include breakfast in their poems. Yeah, I was eating when I wrote... Sayori stopped speaking immediately, as if she's accidentally let something slip. Oh, so you wrote the poem this morning? Huh? No. Well, maybe. Forgot to write it last night. At least we know where your inspiration comes from. Eggs and toast! I feel like I don't want to sound offensive. I feel like Sayori has low-key Tourette's. Cause she I don't know if that's just the way I personified her in my head, other than her crippling depression. I feel like she has, when it comes to food, her brain just turns off and it's like, food? Kind of like me. When food gets involved in conversation, I just stop thinking about everything else. I just start thinking about food. I suppose it sounds silly, but it works and it isn't silly. Either way, thanks for showing me your poem, Sayori. It was really good. I'm happy that you think so. Ignore Twitchy going online. Or even not going on, but playing video game. Anyways, next time I won't forget. Tomorrow's poem will be even better. I'll hold you to that. What should I show my poem to next? I'm done. I don't know what you're talking about. Can I skip? Skip? Hers is really, really long. I'd skip, but that ain't fun now, is it? I wish there was an Easter egg if you only skipped Monica's dialogue. Or if you went through the game and you went, if you did were showing your poem to Monica, if you skipped through it, if she would get angry at you at the end or something. She probably, I mean, she does if you try to skip normally. Hi, Ryan. Oh, we've been enjoying your time here. Yeah, definitely. I probably sound like a broken record by now, but everyone's been really welcoming. Well, a broken record isn't so bad when it plays something so nice. I guess so. Anyway, since you're new and everything, feel free to bring up any questions or concerns you might have. It is my duty as president to make sure that everything is perfect. And I'd have to say that you've been doing a good job with that already. I doubt that I'll ever have anything to complain about. Either way, I'm always open to new suggestions for the club as well. So don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. She says that, but it's going to be a bit intimidating to try and criticize Monica of all people. I really don't think there's going to be anything I'll need to speak up about either. One of the other girls will probably say things before I ever need it to. Especially, Nizuki definitely would. 46:37. Alright, well, let's keep going. Not bad. Now that that's out of the way. Feel like sharing your poem with me? I mean, I don't really have a choice in the matter, do I? You shouldn't be thinking like that. Yeah, I was just joking. Kinda. It's alright. I get that. I get that it's probably really awkward for you to share a creative work when you're just a beginner, especially since the rest of us have a bit more experience than you do. That's an understatement. Don't worry though, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's the sort of thing that you get used to pretty quickly, once you get it over with. Yeah, that's true. I hand my poem over with a sigh. Don't grade me too harshly. You'll be fine. Watch nervously as she quickly scans through my poem. Interesting poem. Has a very mellow yet emotional feel to it. I didn't know you were this in tune with your feelings. I can feel my cheeks growing hot at her teasing. You think? No need to feel embarrassed about this. Poetry's a very personal thing, so it's not surprising to see you putting your raw emotions down on paper. Actually, your poem reminds me of oh wow, typo. You poem reminds me of something Sayori would write. Your poem. I didn't even realize that. In the broken recording, I wrote it. I said it as your. Really? How so? I mean, you and Sayori are really good friends, right? Shouldn't be too far-fetched for you to write similarly. I guess you'd say we used to be good friends at least. Kinda drifted apart over the years, so I guess it surprised me that we could still have things like this in common. Hold on. This club is the perfect opportunity to become closer again, don't you think? I guess so. There's the ping I was listening for. I guess so. Anyway, much like yours, Sayori writing has a gentle feel to it. She doesn't use the words to quietly meander through her imagination and explore different emotions. Most time I find that she just happiness and sadness in equal amounts, creating a bittersweet tone. Wow, that's kind of unexpected of her. Maybe she's changed more throughout the years than I thought. I know, right? I think that someone so happy would enjoy the pain of tragedy as well. You know, sometimes you sound like Yuri when you talk about poetry. Really? Yeah, I guess you really like it, huh? You could say that. It'd really make me happy if you get into poetry as well. No pressure, right? For real though, feel free to explore different things and experiment. Maybe you'll find yourself writing in a way you never would have thought you would, just like Sayori does. Yeah, I'm sure I'll end up doing a lot more things different before I settle my own style. And it'll still take a while before I'm completely comfortable sharing my writing. That's perfectly fine. In fact, I'd probably be more surprised if you immediately started writing with your own style. Most people go through the same process you're going through right now. Trying new things is the best way to find the kind of style that suits you after all. Anyway, when you talk to everyone about it, naturally they'll be a bit biased towards their own kind of styles. After all, I know I am. But don't force yourself to write in some way just because someone else wants you to. You try and focus on what you want to do. Feel free to ask me for help anytime, though. Try to be as objective as possible when I talk to people about these topics. Thanks. I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Always on duty as club president, eh? Well, let's get reading. Let's get to reading then. The box. Oh, this is the fourth wall breaking one. Or not super heavy, but you'll be able to tell. The box. I see, but I don't believe. A lone fingerprint glistening on the gleaming glass. Was it me? Was I always the one in the dark? I pound the glass. My prison. Why? Why me? The pain jolts me back. The understanding pouring down like heavy rain. It's all farce. My heart's on display. My life's but a script just playing away. The world out there seemed so bright. It was so free. So many choices. So much potential. Maybe I could have had a chance. I realize now there was never a choice. I was stuck on this box, and they on the other side chose for me. From, I believe, here down, it's all fourth wall breaking, because Monica, you know, she's a rogue AI. In this case, yes, definitely so. So, what do you think? I don't know quite how to say it. So I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Definitely get a certain kind of feeling from reading your poem, but I'm not sure how to put it into words. I can understand that. Just try to articulate it however you want. You can use metaphors outside of poetry, you know. But when you put it like that, I don't know, I just say your poem is kind of abstract? Very vague, at least. I can't tell exactly what you're talking about, but even so, I can feel what the speaker's feeling. Sus. Yeah, I think that describes my poem pretty well. Really? I do like my metaphors. Well, you'd probably be hard-pressed to find a poem without a metaphor, actually. And they're pretty well covered in English class, at least. The ability to convey emotions and concepts through words describing things even the writer might have experienced before. I find that really powerful. I guess it kind of opens up for the reader to have their own interpretations. Exactly. It's fascinating when people can diverge from the creator's original intent to find their own meaning in a work of art. Yeah. What was your original intent then? I think it'd be more fun if you try to figure it out for yourself. That just makes me more curious now. Maybe I'll tell you one day. For now, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or anything for that matter, you get too fixated on a specific point. If you try to try hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. The best thing is just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and write whatever's in your heart. If you're like me and you've played the original game, that last line, I'll skip right here. Then go to history. If you keep your pen in the same spot, you get a dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and write whatever's in your heart. In the song, Your Reality, which is in the credits, the ink flows down into a dark puddle. And then something involving to just move your hand and write the way into his heart. Is the kind of the lyrics. They kind of played off that and it like that. This is original. This is actually original, like, script. It's not like they wrote it. The mod just wrote it. That's actually there. Easier said than done. I get what she's trying to say, though. It's better to look back on your work with fresh eyes after you've gotten something down sometimes. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. Guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was surprisingly fun, albeit a bit stressful. I knew that I wouldn't be able to write to the quality of the girls, but I tried my best. Everyone here is incredibly talented. Well, all the girls at least. Across the room, Sayori and Monica. Oh boy. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting again. My eyes landed on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they watch, Natsuki breezes through Yuri's poem, her eyes skipping over the words. Meanwhile, Yuri stares at the paper in her hand, smiling sadly. Natsuki quickly hands her poem back. Here, I'm done. Already? Yeah, it's not like it was super hard to read. I'm not illiterate, you know. Huh, it was hard for me to understand, at least. Fixing my hair. I just want to make sure that you caught all the figurative language I employed. Thanks. However, I believe... Hold on, I missed some bits there. I looked down for half a second. Huh, yeah, I did. It was fancy. Thanks. However, I believe that you enjoy it more if you look deeper into it. We've been recording for 57 minutes. Fun. Where's my mouse? There it is. I enjoyed it plenty already. Anyway, are you finished with my poem then? Yes. Who's this? Cute. Trigger word. Trigger word. Natsuki. Natsuki, no. Cute? Didn't you learn anything from our conversation yesterday? Yuri looked shocked, regret seeping into her expression. Seems like both girls still hold their prejudices, despite whatever common ground they have. How can it be cute? You're saying they're thinking that I haven't... Ooh, I misclicked. Misclick. You're saying they're thinking I haven't read your poem when it's really you who hasn't read my poem. It's clearly about the push and pull between giving up and trying hard. I know that. Just meant the language, I guess. Well, maybe you should look deeper into my poem, because I use that type of language on purpose. I see. But if I may give a suggestion, these more involved subject matters may be better suited to more complex diction. Dick. The art of poetry is deeply intertwined with... Look, I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work on me. I'm sorry, but I don't quite understand. Writing in this way doesn't make you look cool or smart, okay? It just makes you look super pretentious. If you write with the thesaurus... I can't say that word properly. Thesaurus... I'm not going to try. Open next to you, you're just going to alienate everyone. Using all these big words to make up for lack of depth. Poetry isn't about impressing people, so you can just stop. Holy crap. I stare wide-eyed at Monica and Sayori, who have also fallen silent. They stare back at me, looking unsure of what to do, missing they don't usually have many arguments in the club. Although tensions between Natsuki and Yuri have already seemed kind of high. Lack of depth. Yeah, that's right. So if I can give some suggestions now. Excuse me. Appreciate the offer, but I really must ask. What makes you believe that I'll accept your advice after you've been so rude to me? Huh? Rude? That was just blunt honesty. You. Do you ever consider that other people don't hold the same opinions as you? Looks with intent at COD community. Looks with intent at COD community. What are you trying to say? Do I really need to spell it out for you? Yeah, you do. I want to see if you're really going there. The irony. I dare you to say it. Yuri gives a small laugh of disbelief. I must thank you, Natsuki. I've never been this angry in my life. It's actually given me the courage to speak up. Is this why you're angry all the time? Guys, we shouldn't. This doesn't involve you. Sorry, please don't rob me of my moment. So this is your moment to shine or something? Strange thing to take pride in, don't you think? No. It's my moment to finally speak my mind. Well, I still have the strength to. Yuri. Natsuki, have you ever realized how selfish you are? Suddenly Yuri seems to be overpowering everyone else in the room. But what? Everything always needs to go your way. You always jump to conclusions and make rash decisions without regard for the consequences. And it's never your fault, is it? You don't know me. No, you don't know me either. And yet you spoke as if you knew everything about me. Quite simply, and you don't. The very fact you don't know that your blunt honesty was incredibly rude just goes to show how narrow-minded you truly are. Seizing your moment, Yuri boldly carries on, disdain dripping from each word. I know it must be a difficult concept for you to understand, but the whole world doesn't revolve around you and your manga. So tell me, why should I take advice from someone who can only see their own perspective? Oh, I can mute this? Lit. Does this actually work? Hold up. Lit. Good to know that actually thing works. I found a switch on my mic that actually lets me mute it. Good to know for if I ever use it again. So tell me, why should I take advice from someone who can only see their own perspective? Everyone knows it. Monica, Sayori, even Ryan. Don't you remember how hostile you were to Ryan when he first joined us? I wasn't being hostile. We haven't had a new member in a long time. Not sorry for keeping on my toes. And that's how I talk to everyone, not just to Ryan. Am I supposed to change my whole personality to cater to how you think I should be? If Ryan has a problem with my jokes, he can tell me. You don't get to speak for him. Yuri closes her eyes and shakes her head, carrying on as if. Carrying on. Okay, I see. It does. Max that out. Let's see. Max it out! There we go. 1, 2, 3. Yuri closes her eyes and shakes her head, carrying on as she didn't hear the outburst. Do you really expect a new member to be able to speak up so easily? Not everyone is afraid of being a brutish cretin as you. What? The rest of us were so excited to have a new member, but did that thought ever cross your mind? No, you just let your own selfish thoughts dictate your behavior. Selfish? They weren't You could have scared him off. That might have been what you wanted. What about the rest of us? I just explained myself for God's sake, but as for usual, you aren't listening. You know, for someone who's been ranting on about how narrow-minded I am, you're pretty intolerant yourself. There, I used a big word. Do I sound like Shakespeare? Am I worthy of your attention now? Ouch, both the girls really have their claws out. Also, Monica and Sayori didn't have any issue with me yesterday, it's just you. Of course they didn't, Natsuki, they just didn't say anything. Monica's too responsible and Sayori's too kind. So why don't we ask Ryan then, the more unbiased spectator? Fine. Ryan, who's right, me or Yuri? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? I don't even know what they want me to decide on at this point. Should I just ignore the personal stuff and just talk about their poetry? That's the argument after all, but it's not like I'm a good judge of writing quality, given that I'm just a beginner. I don't think it would be fair to me to take each idea, especially since I'm new here. So of course it's going to actually even see what it said. Maybe I should for one of the club's leaders. So of course that's going to be Sayori. I have being put on the spot like this. Both Yuri and Natsuki. Both Yuri and Natsuki are looking at me. Well, their hostility isn't aimed at me. I still feel like I'm the target for the anger in their eyes. Guys, I clicked off the screen. I go up nervously as a sweat trickles down my neck. I'm really not the best judge for this. After all, I'm new, so I'm painfully aware of how weak my voice sounds. Either girl looks impressed. Wow, real help you are. Natsuki! Let me guess. Blah, blah, blah. You're being so rude. You're a broken record, Yuri. Shut up. So you're finally realizing how insolent you are. You got there in the end. Well done. You are such a Stop! We're all stunned in the sounds. I've never heard Sayori angry before, and even Natsuki looks taken aback. Immediately, the anger in Sayori's face was replaced by a flood of tears. The anger giving way to sadness. Guys, enough of this. Please. You're tearing this club apart. I got read that backwards. Whoops. Please don't do this. I love this place so much. Fuck, I fucking dented my Milky Way. Fuck. Please don't do this. I love this place so much, and you guys are both my friends. I hate when people fight. It's so horrible. This place means so much to me. And I know it means a lot to you guys as well. So please, can we stop arguing over whose style is better? It doesn't even matter. You're both unique, and that's what counts. Yuri and Natsuki are both looking incredibly ashamed of themselves. I guess neither of them expected that their argument would hurt Sayori so much. That once raging fire has been snuffed out, replaced with smoldering embers. I really like your simple style, Natsuki. It's so nice to sit down and read a poem that springs to life. And I know the others do as well. Monica and I nod in earnest, putting a small smile on Natsuki's face. And Yuri, I'm amazed at how complex and deep your poems are. They're really in-depth. But there's no need to argue over which style is better. You can't really compare them. Anyway, it depends on what mood you're in. She's right. Sometimes you're just in the mood for something simple. Sometimes you might want something a bit more complex. It's like music or movies. People like a variety of things. Can't really say that comedy as a genre is better than action, can you? Both types feel different things. You wouldn't watch an action movie for the laughs, would you? Unless it's Avengers. In which case, you get both. I look over to Sayori and give her a reassuring smile. She returns with a watery smile of her own, rubbing her tears away. Just so you know, that whole joke of Avengers wasn't meant to be a bash at Avengers, saying they're a shit movie. I don't like the movie. I find them very good. I just also find them kind of funny at times. They just nail that funny. They nail the funny in the Avengers. You said it, Ryan. She turns to face Yuri and Natsuki once more. Now, both of you said some stuff that was pretty mean. But I know neither of you meant it. Neither of you are narrow-minded. Although it would be nice if you could like each other's stuff a bit more. So you could try doing that a little. Please, for me, for the club. I can't help but laugh as she puts on the puppy dog eyes. I don't think she realizes the right time to use them. Sure, whatever. I'll try. Yuri takes a deep breath, finally lifting her eyes at the floor. You're right, Sayori. I'll make more of an effort. And Natsuki? What? Natsuki still looks quite defiant, as though expecting another insult from Yuri. I apologize for what I said. Your style has its own merits. Natsuki blinks, as though slapped in the face. She clearly wasn't expecting an apology. Meh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Your style is... She puts her eyes downward once more. Actually, what I was trying to say is you write pretty well. I shouldn't have said that stuff. Me neither. There's an awkward silence. That's much better, guys. Thanks for putting your differences aside. We all really appreciate it. I'll go make some tea. She rushes off as Natsuki wanders over to the closet. Glance over at Monica. She hasn't said a word throughout the whole argument, which surprised me. I should have been the one who said all of that. Why didn't you then? I winced as the word leave her mouth. It sounded more accusatory than I would have liked. Well, I know, I'm the leader of this club, but I'm not the greatest of people.
I frowned. If she isn't great with people, how can she run a club? She must have caught the confusion on my face as she hastened to explain. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. I'm fine with people, it's just their drama I can't really deal with. Well, that's why you have Sayori, right? Mm-hmm. She's an excellent vice president, able to deal with conflict much better than I can. Which is pretty embarrassing, at least for me. That should have been my duty to deal with that, not her. I don't blame you. Seriously, it's pretty tough to get involved. I could barely speak up. True, but that's exactly the sort of thing as a president that a president should be able to deal with. Nah, come on, Monica. Don't see it like that. You and Sayori just have the different strengths, that's all. I always thought of her as a little ditzy sometimes, but she doesn't have the knack for social situations. Definitely. I'm grateful to have her as my vice president. Well, the both of you do a really good job running this place. I know that's a bit of an early assessment, but you know, first impressions and all. She smiles sweetly, causing my stomach to knot. You're too kind, Ryan. I'm glad Sayori brought you along to the club. I really hope you stick around. Don't worry, I will. Aika seems really such a genuine person, and she makes a great president, regardless of what you might think. Hopefully, I'll be able to properly get to know her during the school year.
Okay, everyone. It's about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing your poetry? I noticed she carefully avoids mentioning the argument that just occurred. It was a lot of fun. Some moments were worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Thank you for lining up smallest to biggest boobs. I actually really enjoyed myself. It seems I do like expressing myself through poetry a lot more than I initially thought. Everyone looks intently at me, the girl smiling at me. It was really cool getting to see everyone's different writing styles. That's awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And hopefully you learned something from us too, so your poems will turn out even better. Aha, yeah. I threw myself a bit as I begin to pack up. I say I managed to learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems that everyone likes. With any luck, I'll be able to learn more about the girls as it flows through their themes and messages. I honor myself, turning to Sayori. Hey Sayori, ready to walk home? Sure! Okay, see you guys tomorrow then. As we leave the clubroom, Sayori turns back to wave at the girls. I do the same. Mitsuki smiles and looks away to act like she doesn't care. Yuri awkwardly smiles and nods. As expected, from the school idol, Monica gives a friendly grin and waves back. I know, this episode's really long, but this is not only am I slightly distracted, which I'm going to blame most of this length on, and I apologize, but the original first recording was like an hour plus. So, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, I remember you told me yesterday that they sometimes bicker, but are all the arguments around me that bad? I feel a little guilty as I ask her. I know she doesn't like talking about conflict. There's a slight dip in her cheeriness of her voice as she replies. No, not at all. They have their differences, but it's the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. They're both wonderful people, I promise. You don't hate them or anything, do you? Oh, not at all. It's only normal for people to argue, I guess. I'm just curious after all. You know them better than I do. Sayori lets out a relief sigh. You know, Ryan, it's been so nice seeing you again. I really didn't think we'd get to spend much time with one another again. Yeah, tell me about it. It's been really fun hanging out again. I really don't know when we started drifting or why. Guess it's just life coming between us? She nods, looking a little reflective. Still, I'm glad you let me join your club. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was a bit doubtful when you told me it was about literature. But hey, I guess it goes to show you that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. She giggles and I frown. Did I say something funny? Nice pun. Did you even realize? Huh? Pun? Ah, you mean about the book comment. Oh, and this is a literature club. Geez, looks like the club's really starting to rub off on me, isn't it? So I might be known as a bit of an airhead, but sometimes she can really notice things that others don't.
What it's really like inside her head. You haven't changed at all, Ryan. You always knew how to make me laugh. I blushed slightly. I never really known how to react to someone to that compliment, especially when it comes to someone of the opposite gender. If I say that, YouTube not gonna like me. I'm glad I'm still able to do that. Haha. I'm glad. I'll be honest though. I didn't think I'd make so many new friends by joining the club. Oh, they're a really nice bunch. I'm not surprised. Yeah, pretty warm welcome. She nods contentedly. Anyway, let's see what the future holds. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow. These girls are all interesting characters, aren't they? They have personalities and a variety of writing styles, yet they're all united under the same club. But if you wonder how Monica found all of them. Just 2 days, I feel like I made progress with each member. And you know, Yuri and Natsuki actually getting to talk to Monica a little bit. Of course, reuniting with an old friend. Never would have guessed this would have all come from joining the club, but hey, I'm not complaining. I just hope my writing improves over time so I can write poems to a standard more like theirs. Speaking of which, there's work to be done tonight. Let's do this. With that, I'm going to end off this episode here. There is cute music here. I don't know if it'll get picked up. I hope it did. But there is very cute music there. And with that, I'm going to leave this episode off. I'm going to leave this episode off here. If you enjoyed, let me save. There we go. If you enjoyed, actually, let's get some cuter music going. I didn't want to fully quit. Oops. I didn't want to fully quit. I just wanted to close out the game. Or I didn't want to fully close the game. I just wanted to go to the main menu. Whoops. You saw my background there probably for a second. Alone again, naturally. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. And click the bell so you don't miss out on any videos. And follow me on social media down in the description below, Twitter, Instagram, and yeah. Twitter to keep up with everything that I do, live streams, content going live, a couple other things that are also available on Twitter, like interact with me, stuff for content, whatever. Instagram for memes, little clips that I end up recording. I actually made a post during the beta for the Call of Duty beta. If you're interested in watching that, go right ahead. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video or live service that I make. Have a good day, everybody.
The wolf remains one of his most feared enemies.